Voices, the online podcast.
Welcome to Green Voices, where we dive into pressing environmental issues. I'm your host, Valerie Mangalos, and today we're discussing pollution and environmental issues. Joining me are six incredible guests, Mr. Carl Jonas Manaloto, an environmental scientist, and Mr. Ian Mandap, as a local government official, and Mr. Patrick and Jobet Manlapas, community leaders, and Mr. Fritz Manaloto, an SK chairman. Thank you for all being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Let's start with Dr. or Mr. Carl Jonas. Could you give us some overview of the major pollution issues facing in the Philippines today?
Of course, the Philippines is grappling with several pollution issues, including air pollution, water contamination, and plastic waste. Urban areas like Metro Manila suffer from high levels of air pollution due to vehicular emissions and industrial activities. Water pollution is also a critical problem, with many water bodies contaminated by industrial discharge, agricultural runoff, untreated sewage. Lastly, plastic pollution is pervasive, impacting both land and marine environments. I think those which I can share now.
That's sad to hear. Thank you, Mr. Carl Jonas. Mr. Ian, as a local government official, what initiatives are being implemented to address these issues?
We are focusing on multiple fronts. For air pollution, we have been enforcing stricter emission standards and promoting cleaner fuels and public transportation. Also, regarding about water pollution, we are working on improving wastewater treatment facilities and implementing stricter regulations on industrial waste discharge. Additionally, we are engaging in community cleanup drives and promoting recycling programs to tackle plastic pollution.
Oh, nice. That sounds promising. Mr. Manuel, as a community leader, how these issues affect local communities and what grassroots efforts are being made?
Pollution significantly impacts health and livelihoods. Many communities rely on fishing and water pollution, has drastically affected fish populations and water quality. We also seen an increase in respiratory issues due to air pollution. At the grassroots level, communities are organizing cleanup drives, advocating for better waste management practices, and educating residents about the importance of reducing plastic use.
It's great, It's great to hear about community efforts. Mr. Fritz, as an SK chairman, what challenges do you face in advocating for environmental protection and what actions do you believe are necessary for a real change?
I think one of the biggest challenges is raising awareness and changing deeply ingrained habits. Many people are not fully aware of long-term impact of pollution. Additionally, there is often resistance from industry that prioritize profit over environment concern. For real change, we need stronger enforcement of environment law, increased funding for sustainable projects, and the great public participation in environment advocacy. Education plays a key role in this transformation.
Indeed. Education is crucial. Mr. Carl Jonas, can you give some success stories or positive developments in the fight against pollution in the Philippines?
Certainly, one notable success is the rehabilitation of Boracay Island. Due to severe pollution, the island was closed for 6 months to undergo a massive cleanup and infrastructure overhaul. Today, Boracay stands as a model for sustainable tourism. Additionally, the implementation of the Ecological Waste Management Act led to improved waste segregation and recycling efforts in many communities.
That's inspiring. Mr. Ian, what plans does the government have to build on this success?
As per Mr. Manoloto mentioned, we plan to replicate successful initiatives like Boracay's rehabilitation in other critical areas. We are also working on expanding renewable energy projects and enhancing public transportation systems and implementing stricter environmental regulations. Collaboration with private sectors and non-governmental organizations will be key to these efforts.
Oh, it's encouraging to see these concerted efforts from various sectors. Before we wrap up, I'd like to hear from each of you what message would you like to send to our listeners about combating pollution. Mr. Jovet Manlakas.
Every small action counts. Segregate your waste, reduce plastic use, and join local cleanup drives. Community effort is powerful.
How about Mr. Britt?
Stay informed, get involved, and hold industries and government accountable. We all have a role protecting our environment.
Mr. Carl.
Of course, science and innovation can provide solutions, but public support and participation are also essential for implementing them effectively. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Ian.
Support sustainable policies and practices and be proactive in your community. Together, we can make a difference.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for all your insights and dedication. And that's it for today's episode of Green Voices. Remember, protecting the environment is a collective responsibility. Stay tuned for our next episode, and until then, stay green and stay informed.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Every small step we take today to reduce pollution will ripple into a brighter, cleaner future for our planet. Together, we have the power to heal the earth, one act of kindness and responsibility at a time. To protect our environment, we can start by reducing, reusing, and recycling the minimized waste. Conserving water, saving energy, and supporting clean energy initiatives are crucial steps. We can also make a significant impact by planting trees, reducing plastic use, and participating in local cleanup activities. Educating others about environmental protection and advocating for sustainable policies further amplifies our effort. By making mindful choices and supporting sustainable products, we can each play a vital role in preserving our beautiful planet for our future generations. Let's be the generation that turns the tide, ensuring that our children inherit a world teeming with life and beauty.